Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for checking out today's video. Just gonna cover some of the way I hit cloud bases with the dragon strategy that I showed you before. This is a really similar base to a base I did a video on, but the way that I hit the bases in clouds is a little different than I do for war. So since I haven't been streaming lately, I thought I'd cover some of my cloud hits in a video. And I will do a follow-up video of how I do dragons in war as well when I kind of figured that out a little bit more. I've had mixed success. Sometimes I crush bases and sometimes I completely misread them and the base works me over pretty good. But for clouds, I'm doing very well and thought I'd share some of these raids with you. I come in from the top because there's a lot of value there. I end up getting the eagle, but really I'm just creating pathing. Here we go with the heroes down here on the 9 o'clock side, or 8:45, we'll say. Dragons in, and with the heroes they're going to clear out all of this down here. It's really going to force the dragons to be tight inside of this row of defenses here, and I'll rage this area, and because the heroes are going to clear some of this out, it's going to force some of the dragons into the town hall while the rest come down here and deal with the CC. So I hit the tome there, taking kind of a lot of heat on my dragons, so wanted to kind of help them out a little bit. Saving the royal champ for this back end air defense here. There she goes. Dragons are moving through. Queen still has her ability. Royal champ still has the ability. Plenty of drags left to kind of get this done. This royal champ appears hanging on by a thread, but basically this base is really easy. It's a soft target for drags for sure. Here we go. Royal champ is going to clutch that. Yep. And hit the queen ability just because don't want to be messing around. The cloud raids, I've had a lot of time fails. Mostly just execution things, but this one turned out pretty good. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. Okay. So, never seen this base before, but I was thinking if I could just get in here and get this sweeper down, I could force the drags in from this side into the town hall and put the heroes up here to cut that funnel. So it's a little bit risky, but I thought even if the blimp doesn't get that far, I could still get some of these buildings back in here and cut myself a decent funnel and then try to pick some of these off with the royal champion if I had to. But here we go, blimp coming in. Working its way in, getting in there really deep, surprisingly. A rage, clone up. I led them with the clone a little bit, and that's super risky because if the balloons don't make it to the clone spell, the raid is totally rip, and it's a waste of a bunch of spell space. But they did actually meet up with the clone spell, luckily, so got a pretty good funnel going here. Didn't get the value I really wanted. I got both sweepers, which was nice, but I didn't get the Inferno or the Eagle, so it's a little iffy at this point, but the pathing looks really, really good, so I know I'm at least going to get a decent percent. Just kind of being patient, letting that E-Drag do all the work it's going to do. Heroes down, E-Drag behind them to make sure the heroes don't come back for these trash buildings where the dragons are going to go. Slowly working our way into that single target Inferno. Hit the king ability. He's gonna use his barbarian party to take down the enemy king. Dragons coming in. Now I was a little bit worried that I'm gonna get a bad split here with the dragons because these two buildings are just gonna draw my dragons in two directions, but I decided to rage this pack here and then tome so I can get the eagle and the scatter shot down because they're such high value targets, and they actually end up getting this Inferno. So we're not going to get that scatter shot down yet, but we have a lot of drags left. We have a lot of balloons. I still have the royal champion. I'm recognizing there's a chance here, so I put the royal champ down with the idea of eventually getting this air defense. And I still have a rage too, so I figured, do I rage the drags? Do I rage the royal champion? I decided to rage the balloons because there's a whole group of them left there and they can get these defenses down really fast. The royal champions have taken advantage of it as well, and we kind of walk through the back end of this base. So Yeah, dragons are very, very strong and pretty easy to use. I think the skill level is um, a lot easier to use this in the clouds than it is to say use the hybrid. Okay, let's look at the next base here. Now, I had never seen this before either and actually rated it. I think I've seen it maybe in another YouTube video. Maybe it's a Sir Moose base or something, but um, I looked at this for a good long minute trying to figure out what value I wanted. The sweepers are both facing the town hall, so I don't want to go anywhere near that with the blimp. And I'm not going to be able to get those sweepers with the blimp either. So I think, what if I sneak the blimp in between these two inferno towers here, and I clone on each side and hope that the balloons spread out and get those inferno towers. So that's what we do. Balloons do spread out. They do get both infernos. We didn't get this air defense, which is not ideal, but the E-Dragon's going to come up here and clear out this entire 12 o'clock compartment of defenses up here, which is unbelievable. E-Drags, this is why they're so powerful and why they're so strong, and a lot of those top players use them because, I mean, they just do so much work with that chain value. So I put an E-Drag at the top because I recognize there's literally no funnel. So now I still need to create one side of the funnel, put the E-Drag, and I put a baby drag to help convince this E-Drag up here to go to the left side. So once we get that going, I know I could put the heroes down here, but I opted to put dragons instead because the clan castle's still up. I don't want to pull it, and looking at what's left, I know I can rage my way through all the way to the town hall and tome early, make sure that the clan castle goes down. Worst case scenario, the heroes can take the town hall. So here we go. Dragons moving in. Not a lot of things shooting them, so we're good. I'm going to rage down here a little early because I need this funnel to force the dragons this way, because if they get in the range of this sweeper and they're out here, I'm never going to get inside to these buildings. So there we go. As soon as the clan castle goes down, I'm going to drop the heroes and a poison on the enemy heroes, and that'll help me take everything down. So there's that early tome. My heroes down, poison on the enemy heroes, and it's a complete mess down here. It's just a lot of damage, a lot of high hit point structures, and the dragons are just getting roasted. Sam's down there too. But with all three heroes down here, they managed to pull through because the dragons tanked for them quite a bit. So here we go. Just kind of working our way through the last few structures in this base. It still have the queen ability. I'm not sure that I use it on this one. There we go. Still have a dragon left. How much health is on that dragon? Not much. Not much. But yeah. Alright, so we pulled in another triple. Let's go ahead and take a look at one last raid. Okay, so getting a lot of these town hall pretty much on the outside in the corner of the base, and just trying to figure out the best way to take it down. So I decided I want to try to get this sweeper and this inferno. So we come in with a blimp with a few cocoa balloons. Coming in, gonna rage it up, put the clones a little bit side by side. Balloons come out, get us a pretty decent amount of value. Didn't get everything I wanted, but got the eagle, which was incredible. Did not get the queen though. That poison, not only did it miss the world champion, it missed the queen. So not the best poison there. Decided to start establishing the funnel with my E-Drag because, again, where I cloned and raged with my blimp, I did not clean up the funnel. I just kind of got high value targets with it. So now I get the E-Drag coming in, doing his thing. And I was thinking I could drop 2 balloons on this archer tower when the E-Drag gets in range. I put him in to get the archer tower, so I put 2 more. Or I put him to put the cannon by mistake, so I did put 2 more to get that archer tower. Then a baby to finish off that funnel. I've only got 5 balloons to tank for my dragons now, but I have a really nice funnel, and there's no eagles, so I don't really have that to worry about. All I want to do now is make sure I don't drop the heroes until this clan castle goes down. So we can rage up nice and early because we got the town hall here, we got the dragon or the enemy king here. Dragons, go ahead and tome early. Now I make a mistake here, and the town hall or the clan castle is not quite down, and I think it's down. And I put the heroes in, and then right before it goes down, they pull out the ice golems. Such a bad move on my part. Not only that, the royal champion immediately gets targeted by the singles, so she's going to be pretty much valueless. She did get the air defense, but she didn't get much else. So dragon's moving in. There's not a lot left in this base, thank God, because I think if that eagle was still up, it might have been a big problem. Although that is a lot of dragons left, so maybe not. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out from here. Dragons are splitting up kind of wide, but still doing okay. Got a lot of them left, so I'm thinking here that there's a good chance it's going to triple because I still have the queen ability. Everybody's moving through. Dragons are really thinning out here, though. And right about here, I'm starting to worry, like, am I going to get this? If there's a Sam here that takes out that dragon, does the queen have enough left in her to get through the wall and get to that expo in time? This was literally down, I think, to the last second or two, so. But yeah, turns out everything's fine because the dragon's able to take down that expo. But yeah, so that's just some of the raids I do for my cloud hits with the dragons. Maybe in the next video or two, I'll upload the war hits I've been trying to do with dragons, and we'll see what that looks like. Thank you guys for checking out today's video. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.